Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I am yours truly, Pat Dooley. I'm a wrestling announcer, commentator, interviewer, creative, basically anything in the wrestling industry that doesn't require taking a pump. I'm your guy. I'm going to put some contact information at the bottom of the page, or at the bottom of the video, at the end of the video. That was a redundant statement, but I'm flying without a script today. So I've got a bunch of friends that are just starting out, right? So I just started taking wrestling classes last April. It is now September. I've been working, doing live shows since April. So, you know, I'm very new to the industry. But one thing I have noticed from a lot of my friends and my colleagues that are either working these shows or that I went to classes with is a lot of them don't have Cagematch profiles. Which, Cagematch.net, in case you're not familiar, is it's basically IMDb for professional wrestling. You can see the main page here on the screen. They keep track of events. They've got wrestler bios. It's a German site, but most of the information is in English. So they've got, like, most popular active wrestlers. They've got, promotion history, title history, databases of tag team stables, all that kind of stuff. So, in an effort to help out my friends in the industry, and maybe you're an independent wrestler watching this, and you're like, I want to be on Cagematch, and I just don't know how. Here's how. So, one thing I have been doing since I started at the Southern Wrestling Federation back in April, that was my first live show, is every weekend after the Friday night show, I go on to Cagematch and I submit the results. So, just to show an example of what that looks like now, eventually, there we go, Southern Wrestling Federation out of Tullahoma, Tennessee. So if you go to events now, you can see all of these shows. They haven't uploaded last night's yet, because I just sent the results today. But you can see going back to April 21st was my first show, High Stakes Up in Smoke. So it's got, all of the pertinent information about where it was, what it was called, all that. But look, as you go through, Danny Kopas's name is highlighted, which means I can click through, look at his bio. Obviously, Action Mike Jackson's got a bio because he's been around forever. But most of these guys do not have bios. I can't click on, say, Tavon Jordan, who's a good friend of mine. Looking through that and looking through a lot of other newish guys that I know in the industry, I'm like, okay, you know what? Rather than talking through everybody one-on-one, I am just going to talk to everybody all at once, and whoever wants to follow my lead can. So I reached out to, let me pull up Coastal Championship Wrestling, which is a promotion that's based in Coral Springs, Florida, but they're going to start running monthly shows here in Nashville next month. They've run several shows already this year, and if you look at... let's see, where is there? CCW Summer Glory. A lot of their guys have profiles. Martin Stone, Cam Stewart, The Crown, Brady Booker. A lot of them do. But in the main event for the CCW International title, Colby Carter, the new champion, does not. So I reached out to Colby. Colby's a good friend of mine. And I said, hey, I'm going to be doing this video. Is it cool if I use you as my example of how to make a Cagematch profile? He's like, yeah, bro, do it. So that's what I'm going to do. The sad thing is there's not really a form to this. So what I did was, what I did to base it on, I went to the main wrestlers page and I just grabbed Chris Jericho as an example. Current gimmick, it's got pretty much everything here for Jericho. So I am just going to copy his whole thing, and then you just go up to the contact tab up here, and that's going to create a contact form here. Profile information for Colby Carter. So use this form to send in questions, ideas, criticism, praise, suggestions, useful header, profile information. So if you want to send us information about multiple database entries, e.g. wrestlers and events, please put it all in one message. It makes it easier for them to process. Or you can just send a direct email to team at. I'm just going to go through basically section by section and update for Colby. So obviously his current gimmick is Colby Carter. We're going to omit age because I don't actually know that. Promotion, the phrase they use for unsigned wrestlers is freelancer. So far in his 3 matches, he's just been a singles wrestler. Obviously, you can update that. Personal data, real name, Colby Cowan. Don't know his birth. I mean, I know the day, but I don't know the date. He was born in Henderson. Wow, helps if I can type. Apologize for the quality of my hair. I had a pretty hardcore migraine this afternoon, so I napped for like 4 hours. So I've got bedhead pretty bad. He's 6'1". I don't know how many centimeters that is, so I'm just going to delete that. Weighs 225. Okay, so websites. He doesn't have a website of his own, not that I'm aware of, but he does have. He's got Twitter and he's got Instagram, both of which are the Colby Carter. I'm not going to put his personal Facebook. Doesn't have websites. Okay, so career data. Alter egos. He's never worked under any name other than Colby Carter, so I'm going to just get rid of those. Singles wrestler, 2023 to today. Beginning of in-ring career. His debut was, let's see, I have this, May 20th of this year. I'm going to put, I guess I'll put 3 months. They'll probably round that up to a year. I'm not sure exactly how they do that. Wrestling style, he's an all-rounder. Trainer, Tom Latimer, Jake Dumas, Camille, Jeremiah Plunkett. Nicknames, he goes by The Code, Colby Carter. Don't need any of the... Chris Jericho has a lot of nicknames. The reason I chose Jericho is because I knew he would have a very, complete bio. Signature moves, Code Breaker. Yes, that is a move that Colby uses. And so far he's only done 3 matches, so he's kind of best known for his drop kick currently. So that's the basis, the front page of that profile. But let's go take a look. I was looking at the AIWF television title for SWF because it just got defended at last night's title, or at last night's show. So I'm just going to pull up Gaston LaRue's profile here. And see, there's also sections for titles won, matches, all that kind of stuff. Colby hasn't been in, he's never done a tag match, he's never been in a tournament, but he has won titles. So I'm just going to make a new section here. Titles, CCW International Champion. Current since 19... They use the European date format, so that's why it's 19-8 instead of 8-19. And then I grabbed a list of his matches. I'm just going to copy and paste rather than typing all of that in. These are the 3 matches. Because I know the way that it works is when a show gets added, every time I add the SWF shows, I don't have to hyperlink the profiles of the wrestlers that were on the show. Whoever it is that goes through these at Cagematch, links, so Danny Kopus in that example that I showed earlier. All I have to do is that Danny Kopus was in the match. Oh, here's Danny Kopus' profile, and they hyperlink it. I don't know if they do that retroactively. So that's why I put all of the matches Colby's already had in here, so that they can then go in and link those going back if it doesn't do that automatically. Like I said, I don't know. This is actually the first time I've done a wrestler bio, but I do know that Cagematch does it the same way you do shows. So I'm just going to go back through and proofread and make sure I didn't make any mistakes. Colby Carter, yeah. Freelancer, yeah. Yeah. Singles wrestler. Colby Cowan's his real name. Hendersonville, Tennessee. Male, 6'1", 225. Twitter, Instagram. Roles, singles wrestler. Beginning of in-ring career. In-ring experience. All of that looks right. I didn't make any typos. It doesn't recognize the spelling of Camille, but that is how you spell Camille's name. The Codebreaker, Dropkick. International champion since the 8th. That's when he beat Beastman. May 20th, CCW Game On beat Damian Wayne. USW and Saw Show. July 21st, he beat Adam Jacobs. And then Summer Glory beat Beastman. Yeah. So really, it's that simple. So I've got all that entered. I'm going to click Submit. Thanks. We have received your message and entered it into the system. Expect an answer via email within the next couple of days or sometimes longer. So I have this linked to my Gmail. I don't have my website up and running yet. Should be soon. Stay tuned. But I just have it linked so that it's going to send an email to duly noted bookings at gmail.com. That's the email that I put on my Cagematch profile. So in the coming days, I'll just check to see that it went through. When I see that it has been added, I'm going to come back. I'm going to finish this video with the kind of a before and after. So you saw what it was like when he didn't have anything in there, what it was like to enter that information, and then now I'm going to go in and add in video in a couple of days showing what it looks like, the finished product, and how it all links together. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. I'm going to check back in a couple of days, so stay tuned. You don't need to stay tuned because it's going to happen right now. Well, a couple of days turned into 5 weeks and a day. It is now October 15th. I'm not putting this on Cagematch, though. I reached out to them a few days after I had recorded that first video. I'd submitted some results and I just kind of included in my email, hey, just wanted to make sure you guys got the information I submitted for Colby Carter. If there's anything else you need from me about that, just let me know. And they replied back very promptly, like, hey, thanks for these results. With regards to Colby, we did receive it. Everything looks good. But because we get so many submissions, we have a turnaround time of about 6 to 8 weeks before we can actually upload a profile. So they actually beat their estimate by 6 days. It was 5 weeks and a day. And Colby is now on Cagematch. So I figured we would just check in real quick and show, what that finished product looks like after all the information that I submitted before. So Colby Carter, yeah, I'm right. They misspelled his last name. Easy enough to correct. He'll just, either I or Colby or, one of his fans or one of you can reach out to Cagematch and get that updated. Links are all good. Yeah, all this, okay, so they changed the 3 months to less than 1 year. I guess that's their criteria for that. It makes sense. Let's see, it should have his title. Yep, CCW International Champion since August 19th. 58 days and counting. Matches. Okay, so it's got both of the CCW matches. It doesn't have that USWO show. My hunch is USWO also doesn't have a Cagematch profile. That show isn't. Yeah, see, no USWO shows have been posted to Cagematch since 2013. So that match that Colby had with them that we saw that I emailed to Cagematch is not going to show up on his Cagematch profile because the show isn't on Cagematch. Not a big deal, but those are his matches. We've got the title. His overview looks good, and it really is that simple. That's how you submit a Cagematch profile. You got to be patient because it can take them, more than a month to get it uploaded. I know that now, and now I can relay that information to you. And yeah, so I hope you found this helpful. I really am. I'm going to be, plugging this to all of my independent wrestling friends. I'm sorry, my freelancer friends, about getting your profile up, getting your shows up. I'm still, each and every week, I'm adding Southern Wrestling Federation results. Since the first part of this video was recorded, I've started working at School of Morton. I've been submitting all of their results every 2 weeks when we do a taping. So yeah, it really is that simple. Just that contact form, fill in the information, using the format that they've established, and voila, you're on Cagematch. It's such a great marketing tool for a wrestler to be able to say, hey, these are the matches I've worked. These are, this is my information. Here's links to all my socials. It's all on Cagematch. So highly recommend getting yourself on there if you're not already. I honestly, I'd love to do more of this kind of stuff. If there's other stuff that you're interested in along these lines, things that you've wondered, well, how do I get into? Let me know. Drop a comment or shoot me an email. However you feel like. All my social stuff is on the screen now. So any questions you may have about this, just reach out, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. Have a great day.